Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to my channel today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have another video in my series of Back to School with Scrapdiva Designs dies. I'm going to leave links to all the dies that Erica has in her shop that I used in my projects in the description box below to make it easy for you to shop. Please use Carol10 at checkout for 10% off your entire order. So let me share with you the dies that I use from Scrapdiva Designs. The first one up is the apple shaker die. This is adorable. I love it that it has worms. And you get quite a few dies in this set for two sizes of the small and the medium. And I did use both in my projects. We have the school bus mini album, and this is adorable. I can't wait to share with you my school buses. All right, and then I used the pin flag die. I used both this and this one out of this set. This is a good one to have in your stash. I used the mini bow die set, and this is also a good one to have in your stash to have bows for your small projects. And then inside my mini album, I did make some tags, and I used this stitch scallop tag die, and I used this one right here. This one was perfect for inside the bus. All right, so let me go ahead and start sharing with you the projects I made. And let me take out the school bus die because I'm going to explain to you some of the things that I did. All right, so the first project is this cute little notepad that I created. Oh, no, I grabbed the wrong one. This is the notepad I created. And as you can see, I have several sheets of paper. There's actually 100 sheets of plain paper and lined paper that I staggered inside this notepad. And I cut them out about 6. I could cut out about 5 or 6 pages at a time with the die. That was not a problem. And so this is the die that I used. This is the one with the 3 holes. I used that for the paper, and I used that for the front and back covers of my little notepad. And I used this one to decorate with the yellow as a layer. And then I used this one right here for the front of the bus. And I used this on my grill. This was the bumper. These are your lights. This is to decorate your mirror. And then you have these pieces, which I used for my tires. And then you get this piece that imprints the school bus, which is placed on the top of your school bus. And then these are the windows. All right, I'll bring this back into view again, and you could see my lights. I did use a silver, like a matte silver cardstock for my lights, and these little other lights were with glitter cardstock. Now, I did do something different that I used the die for. I made this, the flashing lights on top of the school bus. I Googled school bus clip art on my computer, and it came up with several school buses, and I found one that I liked, and I tried to do my school bus like that clip art that I found. So that's why I came up with all the black on this project. So to create these little pieces right here that have the flashing lights, you're going to take the tires, the ones I used for the tires, and you're going to cut them out, and then you're going to turn them this way, okay? And then you're going to take this plain die right here, and you are going to stick them on the corners here, and just put some tape on them. Just put them in here, put some tape on it, and then flip this over and run them through your die cutting machine, and you will get this shape right here. So it's perfect you see how it fits right in there because it is the shape of this die right here. And then if your pieces are a little bit too large, you can keep cutting on this end until you get it small enough to fit with the school bus in between. That's how I did that. And then this die does not come in the set. I use this from my stash. It's just a rectangle die, and I cut it out on silver cardstock, and I took these pieces that you see right here and I glued them on the top to get my grill. And here is the bumper. All right, this turned out so cute. And then for the back, I used the bumper, the windows. I did the same thing for the flashing lights, and I put school bus on the back, because if you look on the back of a school bus, it does say school bus there. And then there's always a little escape emergency door, so I put this there to represent that look on the back of a school bus. And there are the tires. And then, like I said, I cut out 100 sheets of paper to make this a little notebook. The papers can be pulled out or they can be left in for note taking. Cute, right? And then I just used some little diamond dots across the top there. Really, really cute. I loved how that came out. I also made a mini album, of course, and I did all the same for the decorations on the school bus, as you can see. And then I just used some dies in my stash for the frames for the pictures. This word crayons comes from my last project that I shared with you, the crayon box. I kept the letters that fell out of the little sentiment die that you get with the pencil box. Not the pencil box, but the crayon box. And so I just put it on the top there. And I'm going to leave a link to the digital paper that I purchased on Etsy. It has all these little cutouts in the paper collection. This one says Star Student. And this right here is this piece that you get in the set. And I used it to make my pockets. So I popped it up on foam for the front of my school bus, and I used it for pockets on the inside of the album. So this is that same die right here. And then this is a rectangle that I had in my stash. You could also just cut out a square, just a square on regular cardstock, and put your grill on top of it and pop it on foam as well. You don't need a die. All right, so that's that page. And then we have a little calculator from the paper collection. Here's another place for a photo. And then I have a small alphabet die set, and I just created my own sentiments. Here's a little school bus that comes in the collection. And then the paper collection comes with a really cute little apple-shaped schoolhouse. I used it a couple times in this album. And you can see these are the scallop tags from Scrapdiva Designs. This says back to school. This comes from the paper collection as well. And then a little glue bottle. And there's the heart, not heart, the apple-shaped school again. Let's just give you some ideas on how to decorate your album. And then some books that were in the cutouts. There's the back of the school bus. So cute, right? It's adorable. A lot of thought went into creating that die with all the little pieces. And then last but not least, I had to create a little school bus box. Sometimes we forget to show our appreciation to the school bus driver, so this would be a perfect little gift to hand your child or grandchild's school bus driver. You could fill it with some chocolate or some cookies, homemade cookies, and I'm sure it would be appreciated. And you can see I did the same decorations on this school bus as I did the other two projects, and I'll flip it over so you can see the back of the school bus. I know this is the short bus, but that's okay because I didn't want to make it too big, right? My kids used to have jokes about the short bus. They were awful. So let me go ahead and give you the dimensions for this piece of cardstock right here to make your little favor box. I'm not going to have a tutorial because we've done several of these boxes and it's the same type of construction, but the paper, and I used black as you could see in my project, is 7 inches by 3 inches, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on each of the long side, and then you're going to turn it and you're going to score at 2 inch and 5 inch, and then you're going to fold on all the score lines. Then you're going to snip the score lines, the long score lines, up to the score line like we've done before, and then just fold it up and glue the front and the back onto the box. Now, I did want to say that for the tires, I did glue 4 tires together and sandwiched it in between, just so that this would be thick and would be able to stand on its own if it was filled with candy or homemade goodies. All right, and it's adorable, isn't it? Just adorable. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next die that I used, and it is the apple shaker die right here. And for my first project, I used the small apple, and I made these little sticky note pad holders. And you can see right here, this is the little shaker I made. And what I did to do the designs, to do the little stem and the leaf, is all I did was put this on some brown cardstock and I die cut it, and then I went back and cut the leaf off and cut this off, and then I put the leaf on some green glitter cardstock and cut that out, and then I just pieced it on there to get the different pieces to the apple. Isn't that adorable? And this right here is the pin flag with the word teacher on it, and this is also the pin flag. This is the straight one. So this is the one that says teacher, and this is the one that's on the bottom right here. Okay, and I did use the Sizzix Brenta Walton little notepad die that I've had in my stash, and so that little rosette in the back is included in that die. And then you just open it up, and there you have your sticky notes inside. It's really cute, and it has a little closure. It closes like that. Super cute. And I made another one. Made this one. It's the same thing. I used Scrapdiva Designs Say It With Crystals to put a little bling bling on there. It's really pretty, right? Any teacher would love to have that on their desk. And then I went to make the little apple favors. These are so darling, and this was made with the larger shaker apple. And I used Scrapdiva Designs mini bow die set to make the bows for these little apples. And I just punched with Martha Stewart punch for the little handles on these apple favors. Now these would be awesome for a little fall birthday party or any type of fall function that you have, or for a little gift for the teacher that you could put little candy in there. And you can see that I didn't decorate the back of it. I just left it plain, and I just have the shaker on the front. And I did make a green apple as well with a little gingham bow. Cute, right? And then I have another little one. This one has a little pink bow on it. This is Say It With Crystals from Scrapdiva. That's the center of that little pink bow. And I don't have a tutorial for this, but I am going to give you the measurements for making this box. And it's the same basic instructions that we've done before on these boxes. You're going to cut for this piece right here, which is your box, a piece of cardstock 2.5 inches by 5 inches. You are going to score at a 1/2 inch on the long sides, and then you're going to turn it and score 1 5/8 inch. And then I would turn it again and do 1 5/8 inch on the other side. Then you're going to do your little snips and folds, and then glue your apple shaker onto one side, and then your plain apple on the back. If you want to make a shaker, you're welcome to do so. And that will create your little apple favors. I just love these little boxes. I think you know that by now, right? And so the last project I have for you is this right here. And all I did was create a little pocket because I'm thinking I'm either going to put this in a mini album or on a scrapbook page, or just carry this in my purse. And inside I have a little apple mini album. And you know how the elementary school has pictures every year and you get wallet size and they're pretty tiny? My idea is to put them in here. So I did make a shaker for the front, and this is using the larger apple die in the shaker set. This right here is a Cottage Cuts owl, and I just made the shaker for the front cover. Now I didn't want to get too busy with making big holes in this to lose the shaker material to bind this. So what I used were jump rings that I just tied all together on a bow to make this little mini album. So I'll show you the inside. So my idea, you can see I put them all on little jump rings right there, and they're threaded through the ribbon. So my idea is to put the kindergarten picture here, first grade here, then second, third, fourth, and fifth grade onto these apples. Be really, really cute and a nice keepsake to have. And there's nothing on the back, of course. And I just think it's adorable. It was really easy to put together. Like I said, I just poked a hole in there and put the little jump rings, and then you just cut out the stems and the leaves on the cardstock and cut them out to just paper piece it. And then it just slips right back into this little pocket. And this pocket is 3 1/4 inches wide, and it was 5 inches long, and all I did was just fold it in half, glue it, and I punched a little half circle in here with a circle punch. So that's my projects for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Back to School with Scrapdiva Designs dies. I appreciate you joining me and sharing this moment. So until next time, everyone, happy crafting. Bye-bye.